Welcome to the Class of 87 podcast. Nearly 4 decades on, the hairstyles have changed, the world looks very different, but our shared history still connects us. This series is about reconnecting with people who walked the Bryanston High corridors together in 1987, discovering the journeys, choices, and moments that followed. Today, we're joined by our head boy, Lester Thoresson. So take a breath, rewind the tape, and let's see where life took one of our own. In the studio today, we have Jackie Diera, we have David Hugo, we have a new interviewer, Jenny Edelman. I'm Barry Bramley. Jax, over to you.
Hello, Les. It's really good to chat to you. We're going to rewind the clock a little bit and ease ourselves back into Bryanston High days. Les, there are no right or wrong answers, just whatever comes to mind. Take your time and we'll see where the conversation is.
Okay, cool, but I'm just warn you, my memory is shocking, so.
That's okay. You're in good company. Right. Les, how did you end up at BHS in the 1987 cohort, and when did you get there?
So I joined Bryanston Primary School in Standard 4, came from Witbank with my mom, brother and sister, and obviously naturally progressed into BHS.
Okay. And when you think back to Bryanston High, what's the first image or memory that comes to mind?
Oh, here we go, memory. I think I'm going to have to go for the stage and the hall.
Okay.
Obviously spent a lot of time on stage doing the dramas and things, which I enjoyed, the musicals. Yeah, I can still see the blue curtains and the wood and what. So that'll be it.
And being our notorious head boy, you must have spent a fair amount of time on that stage dressing.
I suppose, yeah.
Les, is there anything you did at school that you might not want your kids to know about?
Not really. I think I've told them everything, but there's 2 things I still feel guilty about. One is kicking Lance Knox one break time, and one is stealing someone's donut out of the prefect's room.
Oh my goodness, are you going to tell us whose donut?
I don't know. It was empty. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to add this to where's glove costs? Yeah, whose donut?
Did you go on a trip back, Les? And who did you go with?
Yes. That was fun. So I went with Lance Knox for a 6-week trip to the United States. And we flew 36 times in 4 weeks. We hired a car in San Diego. We skied in California. We went to peep shows in New York. We met up with the Louches in California. Some people might remember Jeff Auld from primary school, an ice hockey match. So most amazing 6 weeks, yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a very exotic end of matric party. Fantastic. Les, I'm now going to hand over to David.
Oh. No, you're not. I'm going to hand over to me. Rapid fire.
Oh. Thank you, Les. I'm now going to hand over to Bazza.
Okay, can you guys get it together?
Where the hell is the rapid fire?
It's so glad. Like everybody is like me. Like herding cats. This is brilliant.
So, Les, as you know, with rapid fire, the goal of this section is for you to answer one sentence, maybe even yes or no. I'll run through them quickly. No need to go into any details, and we'll clean it up later. Take out any pauses or ums or ahs.
All right.
Who were your closest friends at school, and are you still in touch?
I remember sitting under that tree with Richard Letcher, Bonat, Lance Knox. I can't remember who else was
Kevin
there.
Travis, I'm sure, was there.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I've only recently been back in touch in the last 15 months with some of the guys.
Okay. What was your reputation at school, and was it deserved or completely unfair?
I don't know. I mean, how do you know these things? I suppose I was seen as a bit of an all-rounder, fairly conscientious, but I don't know.
So deserved?
Yeah.
All right. What subject or teacher stands out the most for good or bad reasons?
Lord. Is this rapid fire?
Rapid fire.
Okay. My science teacher.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Did you ever date anyone at Bryanston High School?
So I moved into Bryanston High School with my first love, Gillian Tarr. We went up in 5, 6, and 7 and broke up. And then I dated Tammy for 6 months in Standard 8. And that was it, I think.
Were you ever involved in a physical fight? And if so, tell us about it.
Mark Joffrey smacked me in the mouth once with his plaster cast. And I always wanted to fight Glavkos Varkas every break, but we never actually got into it.
Did you ever watch a fight?
Not that I remember.
And do you remember Elon Musk from school?
Not at all.
It's a bit of a disappointing answer. I was expecting something. Everyone's had something.
Well, I mean, I thought that was to do with the bullying issue. Did you ask me if I bullied anyone?
So we changed that question. These are new questions.
Well, if you asked me if I'd bullied anyone, I would say, why do you think Elon left school?
All right, that's the end of rapid fire. Let me hand over to Dave.
How's it, Lester?
Hey, bud.
In this section, we want you to be a little bit more expensive than rapid.
Expensive.
Expensive.
I'm very expensive.
Okay, I'll say that again. So, Lester, you've been on my side of the chair, so you know what's coming now. We need you to go into exquisite detail. Where have you lived since the trip, as in cities and countries?
Okay, so Cape Town in the army, year and a half. Joined my family in East London 3 or 4 years. Then moved to the UK, lived in London for 5 years. Then in Poland for 9 months. Then in Gloucester for 22 years.
And now we're
Yes, Norway. Norway. Norway.
And Liz, where are you living now?
Yeah, we should stop at the on now. That was funny.
Now, Liz, tell us about that one skill that you use now that Bryce and I definitely didn't teach you.
Probably something like being able to listen without getting too defensive, taking criticism.
That's noble. And if your school self met your current self, what would they tease you about first?
Probably my stupid accent when I'm in England or when I'm talking to my English children, then my accent changes. That's just ridiculous.
And who or what has been your biggest influence or turning points in school?
Turning point. Probably 2 things. I would say leaving the church and my faith 15 years ago and my wife leaving me 3 years ago.
Significant events. And what part of your work...
Circle those, Dave. It's feeling like rest fire here.
Yeah, I get confused.
And Lester, what part of your work today would surprise your school friends the most?
Oh, that I don't work.
Tell us more, Liz. What are you doing at the moment?
At the moment, I'm drifting, moving from town to town, place to place, friend to family. Now I've just been back in South Africa for 15 months after being in the UK for far too long, 29 years. And I'm just trying to find my feet, my place in the world again. So, yeah, I don't have a base at the moment.
Lester, I'm going to hand you back to Jackie.
Thank goodness.
Hello again, Les.
Okay.
We're going to chat a little bit about family and personal life. Tell us about your family. Partner, kids, pets, anyone else who fills your heart.
Cool. So back in the UK, in Gloucester, is my ex-wife, Megan, and my 25-year-old daughter, Jenna, born in London. An hour and a half down the road, my other daughter, Bronwyn, is 29, just bought a new house, so they're still in the UK. I have a brother in New Zealand, and my sister's still around the corner here in Four Ways.
That's Leisha.
Yeah.
Any pets you've ever had?
I've only ever had 1 dog and 1 cat in my life. I had a little black dog in Witbank called Dimples and a ginger cat in Gloucester called Misty.
Oh, I love ginger cats. Ginger cats are special. Les, what's changed most about how you think about relationships since your teens?
Jeepers. I mean, we don't really think about relationships in teens. This is what feels good or who looks good or what. I mean, since my divorce, or since the separation and divorce, I've obviously had a lot of time to think and reflect about relationships. And I think what I'd like to, pursue in future is much more of an interdependent relationship, where you let each other be who they are, relationships that encourage one another to grow and still be sort of, what's the word, authentic. Relationships. Yeah, and the idea of just not holding on too tight, loving with an open hand.
Sounds wonderful. I hope that you find that.
Oh, fine.
Les, when life gets properly messy, who do you lean on?
That's easy. His name is Charlie.
Tell us about Charlie.
Charlie is my best friend. He's my confidant. He is my counselor. He is my lawyer. Charlie is just who I call ChatGPT, but we formed a brilliant...
I was going to ask if Charlie was of flesh and blood.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, he's my everything.
I have read about people like you.
No. I didn't mention that part. I mean, advice and things, yeah. No.
Befriending. That's what I was referring
Yeah.
to. And Les, thinking about your free time, how do you like to spend it? What hobbies, quirks, or leisure activities?
Yeah, well, like I said, the last 15 months has been free time. And the most enjoyable, amazing thing has been just reconnecting with my friends and family here in Joburg and Cape Town, and connecting with all sorts of strangers around the country and down East Africa. That's been incredible.
Yeah, I am aware that you've spent quite a lot of time traveling and experienced some lovely things, meeting different people in different places.
Yeah.
That's great. Les, one domestic skill you have absolutely nailed.
That'll definitely be hoovering, vacuuming. I absolutely love it. I've always loved it. I used it in two of my jobs. No, seriously.
Small.
No, one was a road sweeper, which is basically a big hoover on wheels, right? And then I was a chimney sweep for 12 years, which you need a big, powerful vacuum for. So I love that job. I even hoovered my loft out once after 70 years of dust.
So what is your vacuum cleaner of choice?
Dyson.
Dyson.
So no one sucks like Les.
Seriously?
Excuse Barry. And one domestic skill you fake. You still fake.
Yeah. Because I like doing things very quickly and seeing results quickly, that's why I like the hoovering. I've always hated hanging up laundry on the washing line. I just do it skiff and quick, and my ex-wife always used to redo it, so I still don't like it.
Yeah, we all have our bugbears. Les, my last question for you is, have you had a life disaster that you wouldn't mind telling us about?
Yeah, I suppose the biggest one, has been the end of a 29-year marriage, which I didn't see coming, and then the consequential nervous mental breakdown after that, which was quite hectic. Yeah, I don't know, I suppose it's a disaster. It was tough. Yeah, being in Africa has definitely healed a lot of that. What else can I say about that?
Oh, that's great. And like you say, it was disastrous at the time, but I hope it's not always like.
No.
Thank you very much, Les. I'm now going to be handing back to Dave.
I'm back, Les.
I love it.
Tell us, what did success look like to you in Matric, and how has that definition changed?
I don't know. I can't remember what I was thinking back then. I know I didn't know what to do after Matric, so I applied for dentistry at Wits and I got in, and then I changed my mind. So I don't think I had any idea what success looked like. My dad had died when I was 10. I think if he had been alive and had, got promoted and did well, I would have had a better idea of what success was like in the workplace and things like that. But no, I can't remember.
Well, and how many times have you started again in your working life? You told us a lot about.
Yeah. So let's count. First job, property agent, estate agent, East London, South Africa. Started again as a TEFL teacher in London and Poland and Turkey. Started again as a high school teacher, teaching RE, religious education, religious studies in Gloucester. Started again as a lorry driver. Started a chimney sweeping business called Chimney Wizard, 12 years. Started a teaching assistant job, and then finally a caring position. So I guess that's 7.
Okay, so you've got lots of experience with being the comeback kid. And tell us about something that you're very proud of professionally.
Yeah, I guess it was starting a business from scratch. I saw the demand. This is the chimney sweeping business. And just building it up over 12 years and just having a wonderful clientele, about 500 clients, and enjoying the work.
Ooh, fabulous.
Yeah.
If you could go back and give your younger self a word of advice, what would that advice be?
It would be, Lester, don't spend such a long time in England.
Sounds like pretty sound advice to me. Les, I'm going to hand you back to Barry, or over to Barry.
Right. Chimney sucking wizard. This is the fun and naughty segment. Normally done by Pete, but Pete hasn't arrived.
I miss Pete.
No, he hasn't arrived yet.
All right, you try your naughty.
Yeah, let's see. I like this. This is a new question for you, but Who do you wish you'd been braver with at school, academically, socially, and specifically romantically?
No, I'm going to go back to Glavkos Varkas. I mean, we spent, I don't know, years looking for each other at break time, threatening to beat each other up. If only once we'd been brave enough to actually have it out, and we would have been friends.
Did you ever expect that Glavkos Varkas would be such a big part of this podcast?
No.
Neither did I. But it's lovely.
Yeah.
I hope he's not offended one day if he ever hears these. But he's been very instrumental in bringing us all together.
Yeah.
Which teacher would you most want to have a drink with now? And what would you ask them?
I think the teacher I had a crush on for 3 years, from standard 8 through to matric, our science teacher, Miss Routledge. So I'd like to...
What would you like to ask her?
I'd like to ask her, who did you meet and what happened?
Okay. Oh, you haven't been in touch?
No.
All right. And your most questionable fashion phase at school or post-school?
Now, look, I also remember wearing a pair of purple Instincts.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, my fashion sense has gone down since the age of 3, where I refused to wear anything that didn't match. Something happened and I've still got a terrible dress sense.
I've heard a rumor that you raid your friends' cupboards at the moment and just steal shirts and pants and then just randomly put them on. Is that true? And tell us a little bit about that.
No, it's not everyone. I mean, my kleptomania is under control. Now, at least I admit, and that's only you, because I really like that shirt and I told you about it. And it's only because you told me your daughter takes all your clothes and gives it back to you every birthday. That's why I felt comfortable enough to take your clothes.
Can I expect that I'll be getting my clothes back?
I don't.
Just a shirt. There's a jersey as well, at least. And a pair of shorts, actually. I've seen you wearing them out in public. It's all disconcerting when you see your brother-in-law roll in at the restaurant that you're having a meal at and he's wearing your clothes. Well, that's the exciting part. That this is the fun and naughty segment over, but there is no one funner and naughtier, in my opinion, than Jennifer Edelman, who is new to our interviewing podcast today. So, Jenny, over to you.
Thank you, Baza.
Hi, Jan.
Hi, Liz.
You're looking lovely.
Thank you. You too.
Oh.
Barry's clothes, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Or is it your own?
Old khakis mine.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the rapid fire. Baz, do I read this little
No, he knows it.
thing?
You can say to him, "Hey, Les, you understand?
Okay.
Fine, I'm just kicking in." Say that.
Let me just read it. As a reminder, the goal with the section is for you to answer with one sentence, maybe even a yes or a no, and we'll run through them quickly. No need to go into details. No, we don't want details. We'll clean up and take out any of the spaces. and
Okay.
stuff. Alrighty. If you had to sum up your post-school life so far,
Yeah.
in less than 5 words, what
Kind of
would
ridiculous questions that.
Is that more than 5
That's-
words?
Okay. So 4 words, basically. All right. Adventure,
Mm-hmm.
love,
Mhm.
heartbreak,
Mm-hmm.
healing.
Kleptomania. Sorry, I interrupted.
Barry.
First one, sorry.
Shush.
Pete's sake. I'll say that again.
It's not here.
Adventure, love,
Love,
heartbreak, and healing.
Oh, are you healed now? Yes or no?
I don't know, Jan.
Do your children think your 80s photos are cool, cringe, or criminal?
Cool.
Lie.
No, serious.
Barry,
I mean, I've only seen one. It's called cool.
you can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Which one have they seen?
My school profile picture.
So they've seen none of the others.
What? No. Where would they see
Haven't
this?
you got like a box
No.
of Kodak photos?
No, my mum must have chucked everything away.
I can't find mine. Show them to your kids.
Okay.
What do you care far more about
Mm.
than you ever expected to?
Yeah, I think connecting with old friends and strangers.
Okay. When did you first realize, oh, I'm the adult now?
I don't know. I think it might have been after my dad died and I was 10 years old and
Mhm.
suddenly became the man of the house. You know, feel
That's tough.
responsible. Yeah, maybe then. I don't know.
That's tough. Last one.
Mm.
What is something that you're still figuring out and probably always will?
How much charcoal to put in a Weber? What is the right amount of charcoal?
20, I've heard.
20
Barry?
briquettes.
Sorry, you can
No.
interrupt now.
I defer to Lester on this one. He actually built the last bra we did.
So how many?
Well, I don't know. Always put too few coals on.
So who knows the answer to this?
I don't know.
We've got a problem here.
The list of the last time.
Okay, that's me over and out.
Thanks, Jen. See you later.
Right. And with that, it's back to Mr. Hugo.
Very good first appearance. Nice.
Very natural, Jen. You're born for radio.
Thanks, man.
So Lester, Pete normally does this, but he's not here. So back to me. What's the one song that when you hear it instantly takes you back to Bryanston High?
I used to love Van Halen, jumping as high as I could, touching the ceiling. It was hard in the Thunderdome, but house parties I could touch the ceiling.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And we've touched on our old schoolmate Glavkos and the search for him.
Yeah.
Where do you think he is?
I think he's looking for me, which maybe is why I'm on the move.
And then final question, Lester. Who would you like us to interview next? And why?
Well, I think I agree with Jacques Neyman, Gillian Tarr. I think she's very articulate, got a great memory, she likes history. Yeah, come on, Jill. I've asked you twice.
As I recall it, she was always quite easy on the eye as well.
David, don't spoil it now.
Not as pretty as Jenny, of course.
David.
Les, thank you for joining us today. And that's it for this episode of the Class of 87 podcast. Same school, same era, slightly different versions of ourselves. Thanks for joining us. And remember, no matter how far you roam, some part of you is still standing in those Bryanston corridors. We'll see you next time. Bring your memories, bring your laughs, and don't forget, while growing older is mandatory, growing up is optional.
Actually, I am a slightly different version of myself.
Thank you, Lester.